Is to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honors to the elders and apostles of James who rule well. Shalom to the Ophelites. Um, so this story here, see whether or not I can rewind it.
He went crazy. It was, Your Honor, he's making it seem like it's a way bigger thing than it was.
Oh my goodness, what did he do? Tell me.
Well, it was completely different, Your Honor. Yes, we were at this wedding. Everyone was very drunk. I went with my best friend to the hot tub at the hotel, and it got a little bit crazy. We started making out. His best man, his best friend, came in, and I probably should have not let that happen. But it was just it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a silly drunken being silly in a hot tub. He showed up and went completely crazy. I apologize. I don't think it was something to call a wedding off over. I understand that he was upset.
Excuse me.
I understand you were upset, but I don't see why he had to call off the whole wedding. I didn't want to call off the wedding.
How did you react, or how did you feel when you saw your fiancé and he walked in on you with your friend and his best friend?
Your Honor, I was surprised that he was so angry because everyone was so drunk and I didn't think that it was that big of a deal.
So you don't think it was a big deal that you cheated on him?
It was just making out. I didn't even really think it was cheating. At a wedding when everyone's drunk?
I don't even have a good comeback for that one.
Thank you.
I really don't. I'm usually really quick, and I just don't. I don't. I'm speechless for once.
That was about it. After that, I told her she had to leave.
He said you have to be out in 3 days.
Oh, I wouldn't have given you 3 days. You're lucky you got 3 days. But anyway, so you had her move out.
Correct. And I did a little bit of investigating, and afterwards,
I have a question for you before you tell me, because I know the witness is here. So you broke up with her.
Correct.
You gave her 3 days to leave the
Correct.
apartment. Did she leave reluctantly, or was she whatever, I'm leaving?
Oh, yeah, no, she just picked up and left. There was nothing to her.
I thought that maybe if you had a little bit of time to cool off and let this blow over, that it would be okay, and we can talk about this and work it out.
All right. Did you ask for the ring back?
Yes.
And she said no.
Correct. Very
Your Honor,
politely
in the
as well.
state of California, the law states that this is an unconditional gift.
Okay.
So I'm entitled to the ring.
Did you think it was morally appropriate for you to keep that ring?
I did.
Why?
I was heartbroken.
What
Esau's
honor does that
kingdom.
ring?
Because I'm still ready to get married.
Keeping it, it's mine.
Nothing.
In the state of
I
California,
would have
it's
wished
mine.
you would have even said that. I got no response at all.
She just ignored you.
Correct.
You were really trying to work things out, weren't you?
Yes, I wanted him to cool off.
How long did you try to get the ring back?
Oh, up until just about now.
It was about 3 months ago, Your Honor.
So no response for 3
Nothing.
months?
Nothing,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right, so then you find this friend that you have in common or mutual on your online personal accounts,
Correct.
and what happens?
So I remember his name was Adam Vincent. So I went up into a little search thing and found his name. And I remembered his profile picture. So I pulled it up and I looked at him and I just said, hey, I'm just a little curious. How do you know Cynthia Bennett? And it definitely struck a nerve. I asked him, I said, hey, would you be opposed to going and grabbing a drink? Let's just go down to the bar and grab a drink and talk about this. It's a little bit more personal. And so me and Adam went and we had a drink. And that was just the last straw. That's when I decided that.
Adam, why don't you stand up and tell me, do you know the witness, Miss Bennett?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
You do, okay.
Hello, Your Honor.
You intimately know the witness?
Yeah, I can't believe that he's here today. This is...
I bet you can't.
Yes.
Okay.
From
All right,
several years ago.
No, I will say this. That man shouldn't even be alive. For her to be with another man, she has to be a widow. Otherwise, she really is supposed to be put away for life. But in this kingdom, they don't live according to these laws, man. So women can literally do whatever the hell they want, just monkey branch and go from man to man and just cause complete chaos in their wake.
So, Mr. Vincent, why don't you tell me what you shared with Mr. Vaughn?
So Cynthia is my former, and fiance.
Oh, fiance, you were engaged to
Yeah,
her?
we were engaged as well 7 years ago. So
Okay.
this is far back. We met our mid-20s. Great time. She's a great girl, likes to party. She's very spoiled. I spent a lot of money on her. We traveled, of course, I eventually,
If you knew that was
like I
true.
said, and I proposed to her. She accepted the proposal. We were getting ready for our marriage.
Yeah, keep your head down.
I'm a finance banker. Work long hours, long shifts.
How do you get these guys? What is it about you get these two good-looking professional guys?
She puts out.
Tell me
Okay, go
about
ahead.
it.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too, ma'am.
So then what happened? So you proposed?
I come home, literally, I kid you not. My baby brother and Miss Cynthia are literally having sex in my bed. And like I said, it threw me off.
Wow.
You know,
Were you
and-
drunk? Was it just a mistake?
Your Honor, this was 7 years ago. I was like 22 years
Oh
old.
my God.
It was a mistake. I
Oh my
apologize.
God.
That was
it's
wrong.
always a mistake when you confront.
So that
Crazy.
I can't find the end of this, but you know, clearly she's not learned. She just went and did it again because there's been no repercussions for what she's doing. And let's see how you're supposed to deal with a woman like that. This is Leviticus 20. I'm going to start with 10. And a man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbour's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. And a man that lieth with his father's wife, having covered his father's nakedness, both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion, their blood shall be upon them. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination that should surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Now this woman lay with the man's younger brother. Now his younger brother was going off. He and that woman should have surely been put to death, and that wouldn't have happened, even though, you know, it's Esau. But at the end of the day, that shouldn't have happened. You know, that woman shouldn't even be alive to continue that, because you're supposed to put evil out of Israel, and these commandments are there for a reason, because when you allow people like this to carry on and there's no consequences to their actions, they just breed confusion and anarchy and chaos, and it creates a kind of society that you have where everybody does what they want with no repercussions. Now, you know this woman's going to do the same thing, because, you know, she's just skiing everywhere. Deuteronomy 10:17, for the Lord Yahweh, your power is the God of gods and the Lords of lords, a great power and mighty and a terrible, which regardeth not persons nor taketh reward. Now, he is not the Most High, so he take rewards. You know, you can go and you can sign your little marriage certificate with him. You can bribe him. You can, you know, contribute to his party or his election campaign, and he'll look upon you favorably. You know, and you know, you're not supposed to look favorably upon people when it comes to judgment. You're supposed to judge the matter, you know, with balance. You know, because the Lord hates an unjust balance, as the scriptures say. Now, these women, they're allowed to do whatever they want, and obviously, because the men are so weak in the society, they don't really judge a woman based on her actions. You know, they're just gonna look at her like, well, that was in the past, you know, when really and truly, you know, unless a person admits their fault through the scriptures and you know, is forgiven through Yahweh, you know, the person's not really altogether washed away of their sins. Because, you know, your sins are forgiven through Yahweh, you know, and he goes on to the Father, Yahweh, to plead your cause, you know, on your behalf. You know, he pleads your cause on your behalf. But these people don't understand that. You know, they just think that they can go straight to the Most High. And this is one of the reasons why, you know, in the scriptures, well, there was a bit where, I'm gonna get that quick. You know, you couldn't go onto the Most High. I don't know if I can find that scripture. You know, because Israel was scared to approach the Lord. I saw Moses, you know, as a as an intermediate. Maybe I can go straight to the scriptures and get this, you know, because it's very relevant when I'm talking about Yahweh Shai, because at the end of the day, you know, the Lord says the people speak rightly, you know, in regarding in regarding that they seek an intermediate between them and the Most High, because the people were scared of the Most High. And it's the same thing with us going through Yahweh Shai. I don't know if I can find this now. Well, boy, the Spirit's not with me to find it. It is what it is. I can't really do much about that. Yeah, okay, let's just go to this. Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This woman's, she sowed whoredom, and that's what she's gonna reap. So she's probably gonna end up without a man by herself. But people are going to feel sorry. Well, people are not really going to feel sorry for her when they see that. But, at the end of the day, she's going to be forgiven if she turns around and she says, I'm forgiven in Jesus Christ. And it doesn't work like that, because you're supposed to have an intermediary. Like I said before, even the Lord said, these people, are wise to say that they need an intermediate between, Yahweh and the people. And they saw Moses to do that, because they said, we fear the Lord. Lest we go up and we be destroyed. We beg you be the prophet between us and the Lord. And the people were righteous in that. Until the kingdom comes, we can't approach Yahushua, because we're filthy. And we're right to seek an intermediate. But these people think they can go straight to the Most High, without somebody to speak on their behalf, and that's not how it works. Even in when you go to court, you have a lawyer speaking to the judge, because they look at you like you're nothing and you don't know nothing. And it's the same way, because we don't understand righteousness, because if we did, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in now. We're learning to seek righteousness now. And this is Deuteronomy 12:32. What things soever I command you, observe to do it. Thou shalt not add thereto nor diminish from it. And the Lord said, if you commit adultery, you and the person that you commit adultery with shall both be put to death. Therefore shall ye put evil out of Israel. Because when you allow this stuff to happen, you create all kinds of anarchy and chaos. And this is Deuteronomy 19:17. Then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days. And the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness. Now she was a false witness, she was lying her arse off, and have testified falsely against his brother. Then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and those which remain shall hear and fear, shall henceforth commit no more any evil among you. And I just wanted to go into the story of Susanna, which is where the two old men lasted after Susanna, and she was if I go to the top, she was the wife of Oyakim. He took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelsea, as a very fair woman, one that feared the Lord. And these men lasted after her, and basically when she rejected them, they tried to have her killed. And Daniel spoke on her behalf. I'm going to start at 53 here. For thou hast pronounced false judgment, because they lied, and has condemned the innocent, and has let the guilty go free. Albeit the Lord saith the innocent and righteous, thou shalt not slay. And Daniel basically questioned them, and he found a discrepancy within their story. I'm going to go to 61. And there arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness by their own mouths, because their story contradicted, and according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor, and they put them to death. Thus the innocent blood was saved the same day. Therefore Chelcias and his wife praised Yahweh for their daughter Susanna, with Joachim her husband, and all the kindred, because there was no dishonesty found in her. And from that day forth, Daniel had in great reputation in the sight of the people. So when these women are trying to take what half of what the men have. Really and truly, these women should have their wages taken from them. But we all know this kingdom is upside down. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles of Dreamers who rule well. Shalom to the Old Elect.